Hey guys, and welcome back to another Moveset Guide and Analysis video. This is my second take of this video, so I'm gonna sound a little giggly. But today we're looking at the other Charizard Mega Bro. Looking at Zard Y today. We all know what Zard Y does. Zard Y brings out the sun, brings out the clear skies, which would be wonderful today. Clouds are kind of looming today where I live. But this Zard Y is disgusting. It is one of the most disgusting Pokemon in the OU tier, in my opinion. This Pokemon is extremely hard to switch it on. It does so much damage. All you really need is Fire Blast. The only other option, I would say, Flamethrower. Mainly because you don't miss with Flamethrower. It's a lot weaker. But if you really don't want to miss, Fire Blast is your option. I'll show the damage differences in a bit. Fire Blast is disgusting. Solar Beam to hit stuff like Quagsire, Mega Swampert, hit Pelipper, if it's not switching out for some reason. Even ground types, really, stuff like T-Tar, as well, even though it will possibly be able to take it. Not thinking about it. Either way, last move is Focus Blast. I like this mainly for stuff like Tyranitar, like Bisharp as well. Even the likes of really any other steel type, like, I don't know, let's say you run into PP against stuff like Excadrill, Ferrothorn, Heatran, especially Megalopony, Magearna, the list goes on, despite the fact that you will be mostly clicking Fire Blast. Roost, before we go into some damage calcs here, you need it. There's no debating it. You need Roost. Some may argue that, oh, you know, why not 4 attacks? I'm not a huge fan of 4 attacks because I know I personally have gotten screwed by entry hazards, by Stealth Rock. Roost is just the best option. It really is. You take the hit, you take the Stealth Rocks upon switching, you Roost up as your opponent switches out. You help yourself out here. It is a move that I personally feel every Charizard Y should run. Like, bog standard. Either way, let's move into some damage calcs here, and let's make sure that we are recording. Thank God, we better be. Thankfully we are. We're 3 minutes in, so sorry if you guys saw that. Fire Blast versus Ash Greninja upon switching. Solar Beam. Keep in mind, Hydro Pump does a lot. So really, it's almost like a 50-50 shot. Really, it's like Hydro Pump hits, you take a lot of damage, but you're most likely gonna survive. Versus, or at least on 1 HP for the most part, or those few times you will go down. Moving on, Latios, not doing a whole hell of a lot with a Draco Meteor. Even if it is choice specs, that is when it's going to be doing a lot of its damage with it. Life Orb, though, you always survive. Specs, is it gonna take me there? Nope, of course not. Choice specs, though, Psyshock, never gonna KO, but the Draco Meteor most likely will get the KO. This is how much Fire Blast is doing. After Rocks, that's a guaranteed 2 KO because Draco Meteor at -2. Oh, not attack there, buddy. Oh boy, at -2 will probably not get the 2 KO depending on rolls. Really up to you. Really depending on whether you want to stay in. Plus, it's just allowing you to get off some Roost and everything like that, which is really solid. This Pokemon is extremely tough to switch into in the tier. Let's just look at the only Pokemon that can really switch into it. Heatran. Yeah. The only real Pokemon that can switch into it, despite the fact that Heatran, because, you know, fuck 250, 212. You can switch into a Fire Blast, but, like, yeah, no. It's never switching into that Focus Blast, though. Keep that in mind. Charizard-Y is a very, very scary mon. Very, very scary. I want you to keep this in mind. This last set that I want to show, it's not the greatest. I would much rather run Focus Blast, but Earthquake, I'm just gonna say with a hasty nature, because really, mild nature. What the hell? No. Give me that hasty shit. With the hasty nature and for attack, let me just put this on here. If my computer mouse would work today. Earthquake versus Heatran. Not gonna KO at first. Gets a +1. There. It's an option. Not the greatest option, but it is there for you. Fire Blast, Solar Beam, always still going to be doing lots of damage. It's just the Earthquake there. This also does allow you to get to +1 speed, which is great, but also keep in mind that you're taking a turn to set up. Yes, you'll be able to outspeed Ash Ninja. Yes, you'll be able to go for a Solar Beam, but you cannot then roost off the damage. So keep that in mind. Other options here, Hidden Power Ice. This is great if you want to guarantee hit stuff like Zygarde. Really, if you feel like you're too weak to Zygarde, Hidden Power Ice is there for you. Defog is great for the likes of just getting rid of hazards, as a kind of a last ditch thing. Really, sorry for the pause there. I had a mental break. Brain fart. Will-O-Wisp, I guess, is nice. Get to burn something, just max speed Landorus, Excadrill outside of the sand, Tyranitar. It's an interesting option you could play with there. Air Slash just for a little extra stab. Ancient Power as well would be the only other move I would recommend. Just hit other potential Zard-wise, as well as maybe even getting a chance to raise all your stats. Though Air Slash is interesting as a way of hitting grass, even though you have Fire Blast in the sun. It's just an option if you want to have the chance to flinch. What do you eat to? Zard-Y. Rocks. Stealth Rocks for sure. Really anything that's faster than it and can have a Rock Slide or a Stone Edge, really. So something like Garchomp clicking potential Stone Edge hurts it a lot. Mega Diancie because it can Power Gem as well. The likes of Scarf for Ninja scary. Hawlucha's scary, mainly based on the sole fact that you factor in Adamant, Acrobatics at +2. It does a lot, and especially after maybe Stealth Rock's damage, or no, sorry, that's not even that. It's not even without an item. I am having a really bad day. Acrobatics does this. +1 will always KO, especially after potential Intimidate. It's a scary mon to go up against. Rain, sand, anything getting rid of the weather is tough for it, especially if you have rocks up on their side, based on the fact that Zard-Y can't really switch in. Especially, let's say it switches in, gets rid of your weather, but then it's got a roost or attack you, and then it's stuck in there, taking all that extra Stealth Rock damage. Other thing is, it's really, really weak to... I personally find that it is really weak to getting status. Stuff like Thunder Wave, really scary for its... Based on the fact that you Thunder Wave it, it becomes basically useless. By basically useless, I mean, it's not as useful. You're not outspeeding some things that you need to hit very, very hard. You have the chance to get parried. Not exactly easy to go through, right? In those cases, it sucks. Because once it gets status, or even let's say once it gets toxic, its longevity, if you're not carrying Roost, is diminished significantly. Rock types, for sure, because even as much as you have Solar Beam, you got Mega-Charizard, which is faster. You have Sandrill or Scarf Excadrill that can KO with with Rock Slide. Garchomp can KO with Rock Slide. Electric types, stuff like Scarf Magnezone, Tapu Koko, Tyranitar is a threat. Max Speed Zapdos is a threat, going for a Thunderbolt. There are Pokemon that is weak to. It doesn't take physical hits the greatest. It has average defense and HP, but really you gotta watch out for the electric types. Again, primarily stuff like Tapu Koko because of how common it really is. You need to watch out for stuff like, again, Scarftar, Mega-Charizard, Excadrill especially. And really just other things that can take hits. Like if we look at this standard defensive Mew, yeah, it can get the KO, it can do a lot, but the moment, let's say, it gets toxic for whatever ungodly reason, Zard-wise, the longevity is gone, and it's just not as good as it would have been beforehand, realistically. Again, just you have a hard time switching into Charizard Y. It's just not going to take the best, or it's just gonna take a lot of damage. Like, this is a return, and after Stealth Rocks, you go down. It sucks for Zard Y because of it, and realistically though, partners for it, a lot of things really. Since it is such a big wall breaker, you can have a Pokemon like Bisharp come in late in the game, set up, and just knock off Sweep, or Sucker Punch Sweep as well once you get to +2, especially when you've got such high attack, whether you're Adamant or Jolly. Really helps it to where you can put where you can let Bisharp come in late game and sweep. Defensively, I like Clefable to get up rocks. I wouldn't run Spikes, especially since you're gonna need to defog away hazards for Zard Y potentially at some point. Also, I would say a little speed control as well. So like say Thunder Wave Latios, really interesting because it beats Magearna with that Thunder Wave as well. Especially if you miss that Fire Blast, then you get put in that really crappy position. Even stuff like Tyranitar plus Excadrill is really nice because when everything's weakened, you bring in your Tyranitar, it goes down, you bring in Excadrill, and it can put in the work from there. Hazard removers like Skarmory, like Defog Skarmory, I almost said Defog Pelipper, my lord. Tapu Finney's really nice as well, just because it can Nature's Madness things. For Zard Y late game. I would also say the likes of Zygarde can put in work. We'll also be getting stuff in the future. Spoilers. Defog Klefki, I think, could be interesting, and I think we'll bring it up as well, because Klefki has that Prankster Thunder Wave. It will have Defog as of Gen 7, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, apparently, which is really cool. So keep this all in mind as you're building. Zarbo's a great mon. Has his weaknesses though. What else can I really say about it? Either way, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on the video, as it does help the channel grow. Leave your favorite Charizard Y movesets down below. I do plan on doing a video about them, the ones that I see in the comment section down below, and I do want to talk about them because this series isn't meant to just be me telling you guys what to run. I also want to know what you guys like to use as well, because I like hearing your opinion, because it's what I really want this channel to be. I want you guys to voice your opinions about the sets that you guys run. I want you to tell me what you guys think about the sets I'm giving you guys that I like or that I think are really good. But without further ado, guys, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Comment down below with your favorite Charizard Y sets. And yeah, I'll catch you all later. Peace out, guys.
Let's go.